trailer off this motherfucker or what?
No, it's just shitty people.
This thing rides great, man.
Yes, it does. This is actually the first time it's been off the laptop. I like the power steering. This is the first.
Oh, it's got power steering?
It's the first thing I've had that's had power steering, and it's like a big squishy pillow. The deer.
So what size gas tank is in this thing? Don't know? It's just full?
It was full when I got it, believe it or not.
Wow.
I was thinking about this at work earlier. Our Ranger's on 09. Which, when you think 09, oh, that's not that old, and you start counting and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
My car's a 2010 and I was like, well, that's only 12 years old now, you know?
These have came a very long way since 2009. They've gotten a lot more expensive too.
Right.
They came a long way.
Well, when I'm working on like the red four-wheeler or whatever, I think about like, you know, the time past before that, like the 80s four-wheelers, man, those things were pieces of shit, dangerous. Every photo in a magazine of an old 80s four-wheeler or three-wheeler, they're up on like their side.
I remember when ours came out, and Markham Mike still had those like
Yeah, the Suzuki.
the very first four-wheeler.
Yeah.
And when we bought ours, they were like, man, these are so awesome. This is like a Cadillac.
Right.
We thought they were. Now you get on them, get on a new one versus what ours is, and you're like, wow, ours has a light for neutral.
Right.
So I really wanted to expand on this idea that we were talking about, the old 80s four-wheelers. Even before they were four-wheelers, there were three-wheelers. And they were known as the ATC, All-Terrain Cycle. So let's travel back in time and see what was offered for the ATC.
When it comes time to get down to work, nothing works better than the all-new ATC 250 ES, the new Big Red. The 1985 Big Red, there's even more. The powerful new 246cc engine was designed just for ATVs. Its extra-wide cooling fins keep it running efficiently. And a special engine counterbalancer makes this new ATC smoother than ever before. For getting to where the work is, over virtually any kind of terrain, the new Big Red has hydraulic forks up front and a brand new hydraulic suspension system in the rear. And this year, Honda's made Big Red even easier to operate. The 5-speed transmission now features a super low first gear, plus the new easy-to-engage reverse. For added convenience, Honda's given the new Big Red a removable headlight with a heavy-duty cord that's built right in. And with Big Red, the fun's built right in too. Because the features that make it work harder on the job work just as well all weekend long. Big Red, it's never been better. Its gutsy new engine, front and rear suspension, and rugged shaft drive are tough enough to take you just about anywhere.
The three-wheel configuration is by far the most dangerous.
Nelson made this slow-motion film on a course he set up to demonstrate just how easily ATVs flip over. To keep one of them upright, the rider must carefully shift his weight to compensate for sudden lurches by the machine. But watch what happens when Nelson, traveling at 18 miles an hour, hits two small mounds on a level track. The bumps throw him off balance. There's no mechanical suspension to absorb the jolt, and he can't shift his weight enough to prevent this 300-pound ATV from flipping over on his back. This won't happen every time, but it can happen at any time. Honda, which sells about 70% of all ATVs, refuse to be interviewed. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, 1 of every 20 ATVs is involved in death or injury each year. Children are victims more often than adults. The ATV industry has always insisted the machines are perfectly safe. It is the riders, the industry says, who too often are not. In fact, many riders do misuse ATVs. There are those who drink.
This is safety at its best.
Riders who drive beyond their ability, and riders who carry passengers. This man's wife, by the way, is pregnant. But 2 years ago, the Consumer Product Safety Commission began a study to determine if most accidents were caused by driver misuse or by the machine itself. Experts say the most dangerous thing about the three-wheel ATV is turning it. It's not enough just to turn the handlebars. The rider has to shift his body weight and tilt the machine off balance. It's a risky maneuver, especially on bumpy, uncertain terrain. And even at slow speeds, many grown-ups and children never master it.
The manufacturers argue that riders who fail to wear protective gear and who drink alcohol then ride are largely responsible for three-wheeler accidents. But engineering studies like this one, introduced in court cases, point to basic stability problems. We confronted Honda with some of the evidence. For example, even on a modest incline, it doesn't take much to flip a machine.
Yep. I just found it like on the side of the road. She's like, "You're going to keep that?" I said, "You damn straight."
And then I had some turkey and a piece of cheese in my video.
Park.
Did you film this on the road?
Have to put it in high, right?
Oh, parking brake.
Okay. What'd you say?
You found this on the road? I mean, move it down away from my mouth.
I cleaned it. I found it like 3 years ago.
You need your own house.
So I really wanted to talk a little more about this RMAX. This thing's great. It's got all the newest technologies in it. It's got Bluetooth, anything you could want. It's a 4-seater. The back end's not quite big enough to put a cooler in, but you know, there's ways around that you can manage. As for the torque and specs on this thing's got enough towing capacity to pull 2 Brents away from a Shoney's breakfast buffet.
You're welcome. Thanks. Get it out of the way.
There's no way to not miss scratches.
Not unless you want to get out and cut every bush. There it is.
So this thing is super comfortable. Even that thing on the passenger side, that T-handle looking thing, I thought I'd hate it, but it's actually really comfortable. When the grab handle's up on the roll bar, you have to use your right hand to hold on to it. This thing is right in the center. You can use your left hand or right hand, whatever you need to hold on.
So when you watch this thing, do you take the iPad out?
I'm actually What I had planned on doing was pulling the dash part down and then putting like some plastic over it and then closing it.
What about that little box? CD track, whatever.
I think that is one. You're not touching the brake, are you?
Nah. Let it ride down.
Engine brake. I like it.
Rock climbing.
I am a little bit now.
Rock climbing.
Yeah, this is rough for shit, man. Water's hit this out bad.
I can barely see anything, but it looks pretty cool. That looks nice. It shows up nice.
Blasting music.
Blast music and drink beer. Yeah!
So these headlights are awesome. Riding around in a brand new ATV like this makes me think about back in the day. If you had one, you had to pretty much be an asshole, because all the neighborhood kids wanted to ride it. And if you let them ride it, they would try to show off, pop wheelies, go full throttle. Didn't matter. I mean, it's not theirs. They don't care if they fuck your shit up or not. And it seems like no matter where you went, as soon as you've seen somebody they'd be like, let me ride it, let me ride it, let me ride it. Well, they don't have any fucking ATV experience, and they go out and they fucking flip your shit.
There he is! I see him! Look! Look over there! I see him! I see him!
Somewhere under those bushes was the rest of Ray Brower.
Jesus.
The kid wasn't sick. The kid wasn't sleeping. The kid was dead.
Hey Ray, can I ride it now? No, I called next, motherfucker.